आता आपल्याला बघायचं आहे तो व्हॅरिग्नॉन्स प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ मोमेंट or it is also called as a law of moment. Today we will be discussing about this Varignon's principle. Now what is this principle states that? It states that if the number of coplanar forces are acting simultaneously on a particle, the algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about any point is equal to the moment of their resultant force about the same point. Now, if you see here in this figure, let R is the resultant force of F1 and F2, and B is the moment center. About B, we are taking the moment. Let now this small d, it is the perpendicular distance. Similarly, D1 and D2 are the another perpendicular distance, or it may be called it as moment arm of that particular force R, F1 and F2 respectively. From the moment center B, then in this case, we can prove that R into D is equal to F1 into F2 plus F1 D1 plus F2 D2. According to this statement, if you observe here, if the number of coplanar forces are acting simultaneously, here there are the two forces, F1 and F2, which are acting simultaneously. And what it says that simultaneously on a particle, the algebraic sum of the moment means what? Force into perpendicular distance. F1 D1 plus F2 D2 and F3 D3 and so on. If there are the number of forces, is equal to what? The moment of their resultant force. Resultant means what? R. R into D. R into D is equivalent to what? There are the number of forces which is producing the same effect. Resultant is nothing but what? The single force which will be producing the same effect. Similarly, due to this resultant, whatever may be the moment is producing, it will be providing the same effect as that of produced by the other number of forces. Okay, according to, and this law, this principle is very important for this engineering mechanics. You have to solve the number of problems by using this principle only. Varignon's theorem, very important term. Now let us solve some simple problem. A force of 15 Newton is applied perpendicular to the edge of an door 0.8 meter wide as shown in the figure. Find the moment of a force about the hinge if this force is applied at an angle of 60 degree to the edge of same door as shown in the figure B. Find the moment of the force. Now let us see. This one is the door and this one is the top view of your door. Okay, this one is the hinge point about point O. Hinge is there, and about point A, let us say handle will be there, and you are applying the force of 15 Newton, and the door width is of 0.8 meter. And similarly, this force, there are the two conditions are given. In the first condition, this force is a perpendicular direction, and the second condition, this force is making an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. Now we have to find out what will be the moment will be producing about point O, about this hinge point, how much the moment will be producing. And this question may be asked in your MCQ examination also. What will be the moment about point O if the door having the width of 0.8 meter and there will be a force of 15 Newton at this end. Now let us see how to solve this. The given is the force is of P is 15 Newton, and the width of the door means L is the length of the door. Width of the door, we are representing this one is the perpendicular distance, that's why L is equal to 0.8 meter. Now as per the moment's definition, moment about any point, and we have to find out the moment about hinge point. We know that the moment of a force about the hinge is equal to what? P into L, force into perpendicular distance, and force is of 15 Newton into perpendicular distance is of 0.8. Where the perpendicular distance, this will be the perpendicular distance, and this one will be the your force into perpendicular distance. here it makes an angle of 90 degree perpendicular over here. Now let us calculate this term. Now let us calculate this. 15 into 0.8, it becomes a 12. The moment will be of 12 Newton meter. Now here if you observe here, the force is in Newton and distance is in meter. That's why the unit of the moment is Newton meter over here. This one is the first case when this force is applied at a 90 degree. Another case when this force is acting at an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. For this condition, what will be the moment about point O? Now let us see. This will be solved by the two methods. Now let us see how this will be solved. There are the two methods. Either you may extend this. Now as per the law of transmissibility of force, the force you may shift anywhere on the same line of action. Anywhere on the same line of action. I consider this force at this location. Now only what I have to do, from point O, I have to measure this perpendicular distance. I have to find out this perpendicular distance. This force is of 15 Newton and this perpendicular distance OC. If you are multiplying these two terms, you will be getting the moment about this point O. And second method is either you have to resolve this force along horizontal and vertical axis. Now if you observe here, this makes an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. It means that the component which is adjacent to this angle is always cos component. Therefore this value will be 15 cos 60 and another value is of 15 sin 60. Okay, and we have to find out the moment at point O. Now here take this force and the perpendicular distance and it rotates about the clockwise, you will be getting the moment about point O. Similarly, due to this force, you have to take the moment about point O. Now here this force is passing from the same line where this you have to take the moment. Now what will happen over here? The perpendicular distance is 0 over here. Therefore, something value multiply with 0, this whole term becomes a 0. Okay. Now let us see how to solve this one by one. Now let us start with this first method. Now if you observe here, we have to find out from the geometry of the figure number 1. We find the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force and the hinge. This distance OC that we have to find out. Now OC is nothing but what? As we know that OB is of 0.8. OB is having the 0.8. Now here this angle is of 60. It means that this angle is of 60 also, because this one is the opposite angle. This term is of opposite angle. Now here what we have to find out, this one is the opposite side and this one is the hypotenuse, and we have to find out OC. Now opposite side upon hypotenuse, the terms of sin theta. Now here sin 60 is equal to what? Opposite side upon hypotenuse. Opposite side is of OC and hypotenuse is of OB. And from this we may say that your OC is equal to, now make this term to this side, OB into sin 60, and the OB is of 0.8 and sin 60 is of 0.866. Multiplication of these two, you will be getting the 0.691 meter. It means that this distance, perpendicular distance, is 0.693 meter. Now simply what you have to make, this force into this perpendicular distance, multiplication of these two terms, you will be getting the moment about point O. This will be the first method. Now let us see. Moment is equal to force 15 into perpendicular distance 0.693, you will be getting 10.4 Newton meter. Here also the force is in Newton and distance is in meter. That's why the unit of the moment is Newton meter. Now similarly for the second case, when we know that the vertical component of the force. Now in the second case, what we have made, we have resolved the force. We have resolved the force in vertical and horizontal component. And here we have to make the moment moment is equal to what? This one is the resolve component. Resolve component 15 sine 60. Now sine 60 is nothing but what? 0.866 multiplied by this 15, you will be getting 13. 13 Newton is the force. This resolve component, it becomes a 13. 13 multiplied with this perpendicular distance. Now let us make this moment 13 into 0.8, you will be getting 10.4 Newton meter. Now if you observe here, by using this method, you will be getting 10.4 Newton meter. And by using this method, it is also same 10.4 Newton meter. Only the method of application is different one. Here this perpendicular distance we have found it out, and the force is kept as it is. And here this force is resolved and this perpendicular distance we have taken. What will happen over here? This force is passing from the point O. That's why the perpendicular distance for this term is 0. That's why this term is not taken over here. That's why this term is not taken over here. Okay. All other terms are correct one. Now if you see here, by using this method, what we have found out, the moment which is developed at point O due to these two methods. Okay, and previously in the first case, for this first case, when this force is perpendicular angle, the magnitude of your moment is of 12 Newton meter. When this force is making an angle of 60 degree with horizontal, in that condition you will be getting the moment of 10.4 Newton meter. Okay, by using this moment concept, we are able to find out the moment. Moment is nothing but what? Force into perpendicular distance. It is the rotational effect. Okay, now let us see another one. A uniform plank ABC of weight 30 Newton is of 30 Newton and 2 meter long is supported at one end A and at point B 1.4 meter from support A as shown in the figure. Find the maximum weight W that can be placed at C so that plank does not topple. Now if you see here, what are the conditions had been given? Now this one is the plank ABC. The weight of the plank is of 30 Newton. The weight of any body is always passing from the CG. And the length of this AC is of 2 meter. It means that this weight is located at a 1 meter distance from the support A or from support C. This distance will be equal 1 meter. This weight is passing always from the CG. Now another condition is given. The support A and support B. Support B is at a distance of 1.4 meter. 1.4 meter from support A. Now here, how much this W should be required? How much this W should be required so that this plank will not topple, does not topple. It means that this plank will not be uplift here at point A. If you are applying the load over here at point C, the plank will be topple, means it will be uplifted over here. There will be gap. It will be look like this one. Topple means your plank will be inclined one. This should not happen. For that condition, how much this W should be there? That we have to find out over here. Now let us see how to find out by using this moment concept. Now let us see. The weight of plank ABC is of 30 Newton. The length of the plank is of 2 meter. And the distance between end A and point B is of 1.4 meter. These are the given information. And we know that the weight of the plank is of 30 Newton, will be acting at midpoint. Midpoint means the CG location. As it is the uniform section, this point is at a distance 1 meter from support A or 0.4 meter from B as shown in the figure. We also know that the plank will not topple when the reaction at A should be 0. Condition is that it should does not topple. In that condition, when this reaction which is developing inside this support Ra is equal to 0. Ra is equal to 0. In this condition only, reaction at A should be 0. The maximum W at C. In that condition, W is maximum. Now, taking the moment about point B, and equating the same. Now, let us see how to solve these terms. Now, what we have made, we are taking the moment about point B. Now, here, this reaction Ra is 0. That's why we are not taking this reaction for the moment. Only this 30 Newton force is taken, and the perpendicular distance between these two will be 0.4. That's why this 30 into 0.4. Out of this 1.4 meter, already we have know that this distance is of 1 meter. It means that from support B, this force is at a distance of 4 meter. That's why 30 into 4. And it makes an anti-clockwise movement about point B. This force is making an anti-clockwise movement about point B. That's why we are taking this term to the left side. Okay. Here about point B, this W, it makes an clockwise movement about point B, and the perpendicular distance is of 0.6. That's why W into 0.6. Now these two terms, only these two reactions and forces are there. This reaction Ra, we are taking this 0 term because we have to satisfy the condition not to topple. In that condition, reaction should be 0. That's why only two forces are considered. One is 30 Newton force and another one is W. It makes an anti-clockwise movement. That's why we are written. You may write like this one also. Moment about point B is equal to summation of all moment about point B must be equal to 0 is equal to this 30 minus 30 because anti-clockwise moment is there. 0.4, 30 minus 30 into 0.4 plus W into 0.6. Now, if you see here, this minus 30 into 0.4, if we are taking to this side, this minus term becomes a plus term. That's why it is written like this one. 30 into 0.4 is equal to W into 0.6. Now, let us simplify this. Let us simplify this and you will be getting W. W is equal to how much then? W is equal to 30 into 0.4 and divided by 0.6 divided by 0.6. Now simplify the terms. 30 into 0.4 and divided by 0.6. You will be getting 20 Newton is the force. It means that if we are applying maximum 20 Newton force at location C, then only what will happen? This plank will not does not topple. If more than this 20 Newton force, if we are applying 21 Newton force, what will happen? This plank will be topple. This plank will be raised like this one. If we are applying 21, if we are applying 19 Newton force, it will be remain as it is. Maximum 20 Newton force we can apply. Above this 20 Newton force, what will happen? This plank will be uplifted over the location A. It means that we have to find out this W. W is of maximum 20 Newton force we can apply. Above that, if you are applying 21, 22, 23, what will happen? The plank will be topple. To avoid this one, maximum we can apply 20 Newton force. This is the one of the application of your moment to find out how much the load intensity will be required over here so that this plank will not propel.